piece of shit and still have a very a good working brain that accomplishes a lot in terms of moving history forward.
Yeah, you can be a fantastic artist and be morally corrupt, I think.
Yes.
I really do.
I completely believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to stop listening to fucking Thriller. I know, you know what I mean? Like, truly, like, I know it's
Yeah.
kind of a hacky point, but, like, at the end of the day, like, people are incredibly complicated. And this idea that you just, like, write off people's entire existence because you found out the worst thing that they did is not adult.
And
it's silly.
And I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, you know, if you have to, like, throw a couple kids to the thresher to get, you know, like Annie Hall or something, like, yeah, you know, that's the price you're willing to pay.
Honestly, you know, I mean, I get it. I don't get, listen, you just try your hardest to be the best artist you can without doing those things. And that's why we stink, because we're like, we're good people, and, you know, we need to, like, start doing some bad.
Because if we could really, like, lean into, like, fucking kids or, like, cheating on our girlfriends, we could really go hard on, like, making really good art and, like, pouring ourselves into that, because we get to release with this. I mean, we did merch for 3 days. We feel like we're going to collapse, you know. I almost went to the hospital.
Yeah.
But if I could go straight from all that merch to right into a little kid's ass, like, it might be...
Exactly.
You know.
If we were bad guys that didn't care about, like, people's feelings or love others, really, like we love ourselves, we would have left that merch. We would have left, like, packing all that shit up, and we all would have, like, gone to, like, Mexico or Thailand. Done some bad. We would have got it out.
We would have hired. You know what we would have done? We would have hired 3 open micers to send all the merch for us, and then when they asked for payment, we would have just blocked their phone numbers.
We block them. We block them, and then when people ask about it, we go, I don't know who that is. I don't know.
That's
and
a crazy loser. Yeah.
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Counterpoint: you're a retard if you love pussy.
Is that a counterpoint to anything?
Yeah, because Devin's saying, like, we would go to, like, brothels and have sex with, like, harems of, like...
No, I was talking about kids. So you watch your mouth.
Yeah, we're not talking about kid pussy, idiots.
Well, same shit. Pussy is... It's the idea of fucking, of gooning, of coming, of jizzing.
I have done
of
this.
Exploding.
I agree with you, Ben. I do think that sexual desire is overdone in our culture. I think it's a huge waste of time.
Huge waste of time.
Massive waste of time.
You're not going to be productive thinking about
most people's
that
lives and most
yum.
people's art is all based around them having a minute and a half moment.
Yeah, thinking about, like, they're like, oh, I want to fuck Sydney Sweeney. That's their thought over and over for 3 hours.
And
Congrats.
It's so mean.
Congrats. It's 15% of the day.
It's
thought about Sydney Sweeney.
You're mentally fat. Why don't you just go eat? Like, just go eat.
Devin makes a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, it is an incredible waste of time, and it gives women too much power. Letting them know that we're constantly that's on our mind all the time. Fuck you, whore.
That is the one thing. There's nothing I've loved more. I've done this a couple of times in my 20s where there's a possibility I can fuck a really hot woman, but I can tell she's making me do a dance, and I just walk away. And they'll get furious out of nowhere.
I don't shuck and jive for no man.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it is. It's this weird thing where, because all the smartest people on Earth, or you know, back in history or whatever, there's always like, oh, they're a pussy hound, or it's so dumb, or they did it for a woman. I don't want to know anything was made for women.
They did it for a woman? What do you mean, like they fucked?
Well,
they
a
made
lot of
something
great
for a
art
woman.
was made because a guy like wanted to fuck a woman.
Or if you are a great, here's the thing: if you are a great guy and you're a pussy guy, you should be a little embarrassed of it. Like Kafka. Huge pussy guy. He hated himself for it deeply ashamed of how much a pussy guy he was.
And that's why he was like trying to become like a fucking caterpillar. Yeah. It's such a waste of time. Just everything you do being based on your sexual desires.
Yeah, that pussy ain't shit.
The pussy ain't shit.
Here's what you gotta tell yourself.
All these motherfuckers putting the pussy on a pedestal.
Let me tell you something, Devin. Once you come, she's just another dumb bitch in the room.
Oh my god! If every man lived every day, if every man was freshly jacked, like if their balls were empty throughout the day, women would not exist.
No, you would have an inch of freedom in your fucking cage.
They'd be finished.
An inch of freedom.
They'd be finished.
You can move this much.
They'd be trying to climb up to our castle, and we go, "What do we need you for?"
What do I need you for, sweetheart?
We got people making food up here.
I go, bring her over. I'm gonna eat her.
Because by the way,
Put her on my George Foreman grill
There's
while
nothing-
she's alive.
because if you already have your sexual desires handled, there's nothing else to care about besides eating.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. I literally eat women.
Pussy and food is everything.
I put a big titty on a grill and I think nothing of it. I look at it like a ribeye.
It would be a Planet
Women
of
are
the Apes.
worthless.
They're worthless.
This is, by the way, what if Katie's text right now? My water broke.
Yeah, you got the podcast.
Women are worthless. Oh shit, guys!
We immediately switch out of our podcast personality. We're like, oh my god, all of our girlfriends and wives, we love them so much. Oh.
Well, it's funny. If like my wife left me, I'd be dead in 48 hours.
Yeah,
Yes,
of
that's
course.
true.
I'd like literally fall down a manhole. And I would never be seen again.
You'd
I'd be
somehow-
taken out to the ocean and eaten by a bunch of sharks.
Dude, you somehow blow up the house like a cartoon. You'd somehow like turn the water heater up and it would like shoot out the roof. Yeah.
I never understood those rapture movies where like people wake up and like everyone's like people that were good are gone because it would just be like all the women are in heaven and all the men are still on earth and then everything and then we just all start like we just jack off until we all dehydrate because nothing gets done.
Yeah.
Because I mean the whole world can't just be one room with a mattress and a TV and lube.
I mean, it kind of could.
It could.
A lot of people do it
The
for a long
problem is
time.
we
I'll
could,
walk this back.
we could do socialism. No, I'm going somewhere.
Hand me some of that whiskey.
It's upstairs. I will get some.
We could do socialism if it was just men because we all could live on a mattress with just lube and a TV.
Yes.
And that's it. And a George Foreman grill.
I'm imagining
But
now, dude,
women
I have-
drive capitalism. They truly do.
They really
I
do.
mean, my girlfriend just moved in with me. I've literally had to accept emotionally that I wake up every day and I just give her $85. And that's my life now. Every day I start $85 in the hole. I got to make that up and then some. just
Because
to
you
save.
couldn't just jack off and then hold a pillow and paint a face on it. and
I know.
pretend it's
Because
somebody.
she makes me so goddamn happy every
I
single
know.
moment of my life. And it sucks.
I know, but that
Yeah.
pillow doesn't tell you not to see a movie without her. You know what I mean?
Devin's right.
There's
Yeah.
so much out there that they're so lucky we have sex drives. If we didn't have a sex drive, you'd be fucking in the street.
No movies would exist without boyfriends.
Nothing would happen.
No movies would exist at all.
The entire country would be guys living in REI tents and just jacking off and then ordering Postmates. And that would be
we
it.
would be really happy.
And we'd all love it.
That's right. That's why in China, they kind of got a good thing going over there. A baby girl pops out and they put her on a little paper sailboat.
That's
They
right.
take the morning newspaper and they fold it into a sailboat like that Curious George
Yeah.
No,
story.
the babies get girls born. They measure her titties. If they're too small, they put her in a sailboat, push her out. If they're got a little bit of chub on them, they put a
Yeah.
fucking calf ear tag in them and assign
They
it to a
take the
random
little
business
girls
man.
and they bash them against the new ship. And if it doesn't explode, they go, "This is a bad luck
Against
ship."
the stern
Yeah.
of the boat.
There's a guy just tossing babies into a big tub, and if they float, he's like, all right, you live.
I'm saying they really, and it's fair too because it is a natural selection thing because they're not just straight up aborting the baby girls. They're not killing them per se. They're giving them a chance to survive. They're putting it's a message in a bottle, and if the message is received somewhere, you can grow up, happy, and and torture some poor unfortunate man that happens to find you and raises something he's gonna fuck one
Well,
day.
you know there's a guy off the shore of China who's like a lobster fisherman who's like pulling up his like fucking catch, and he finds a still living like female baby, and he's like, ugh, and then he throws it back over the boat.
It's caught in the net like a starfish
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
like, god damn it, and then he like throws it back. He's like, now we have to throw all the lobster back because fucking a woman touched it.
I mean, if I was a woman, I'd be furious that if I found out that like men could legitimately come from like a drawing. Like if you drew
Yeah.
tits and you could come from that, that's like, I mean, how your worth must really plummet. So you gotta like then come up with like weird ways to like dig into their